Alright, what's up YouTube? This is just going to be a quick movie review of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows, I believe is what the subtitle is, that I went to see in theaters in 3D this past Saturday, so it's been 3-4 days now I've had time to think about it, and figured I'd jump in here and give you a quick review. I set this to just a random gameplay of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan game. It's got nothing to do with the movie, but hey, they're both Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I figured it would fit, and it would be better than you guys just staring at me while I told you about the movie and what I thought of it. But yeah, let's get down to it. First of all, if you didn't like the first, I guess you'd call it a remake, the last one that they did, I think it was just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Second one's not really going to do much to convince you that the series is great. Definitely if you never liked any of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, probably not for you, so I'd suggest you just turn the review off and go do something else, cause yeah, again, this is not going to convince you to like the series. So overall, however, I really enjoyed it. The story was fun, you know. It's not I don't think anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or really most action movies have anything that's too that requires too much thinking. Let's leave it at that. Overall, the action was great. You have to keep in mind that like 90% of the characters in this thing are CGI. The turtles are all 100% CGI. Rocksteady and Bebop, which are in this movie by the way, are completely CGI. Krang is also in the movie, also completely CGI. So I mean, you can only do so much with CGI, and you kind of have to suspend your disbelief and just kind of go with it. Which I can do for most movies sometimes if it's just too based in reality and they just throw something that's completely nonsensical. I have trouble suspending my disbelief, but I mean, this is a movie dealing with 4 Ninja Mutant Turtles, so I mean, come on, you know. But yeah, like I say, the CGI is not the best. A couple of scenes you can really... It was hard to suspend your disbelief because you could really tell it was CGI. Especially Rocksteady and Bebop, to be honest. Like, the Turtles are about the same as what they were in the last movie, if anything, maybe a bit better. Technology is always evolving. Krang was very easy to believe. He looked exactly like you'd think, just a big, squishy, slimy brain inside of a big robot body. I don't know why, but Rocksteady and Bebop, maybe a little bit more trouble believing it. They weren't as... it just wasn't as crisp and clean as, I guess, everything else, and as good as CGI can be. They're not bad by any means. A lot of people I've seen have criticized the scene where they transform. I didn't really have a problem with that. If anything, I thought they cut it off a bit too soon, because it's like you kind of see them start to transform and then it just kind of goes to something else and then it comes back and they're fully transformed. Both me and my brother kind of were trying to figure out who the guy who played Rocksteady was. I clicked a bit sooner than he did. For those that don't know, it's Sheamus from WWE. I think he did a really good job for, you know, he's playing a big, dumb, muscle-bound moron, basically, so, you know, he did a good job for that. Overall, though, the movie was really funny. It had a couple of points in there where I was actually laughing out loud in the theater. Good sense of humor, same as most of the other movies and games and stuff, so, I mean, again, if you don't find the humor, you don't like the Turtles, this is not going to convince you. If you've ever liked any of the Ninja Turtle stuff, especially I'd say if you were a fan of the old TV show like I was in the 80s, which again, like, let's just be honest, that show is complete garbage, but I guess, you know, because I saw it when I was a kid, to me, it's part of my childhood, nostalgia, and I mean, even watching it today, I can see how shitty the show is, you know. It's, you know, they paint the bandanas the wrong color, so you'll have like 2 Raphaels in a scene, or it'll clearly be like the turtle with the purple bandana talking, but hey, it's Leonardo's voice, you know, stupid things like that. Loads of mistakes and low quality stuff, but it is what it is, and same thing for the movie. I mean, it is what it is. It's a CGI action movie. Um, like I said, you don't go into any action movie expecting Citizen Kane or something to win an Oscar if that's what you're looking for. I'm sorry, this is just really not for you. I'm not going to give spoilers, so I'm not going to go into this story much. But yeah, you got Rocksteady. Casey Jones is finally back in the series. Maybe they could have used him a little bit more, but what they did do with him I really enjoyed. There's one scene when they bring him back to the lair and he finally sees Splinter, which just made me laugh so hard. Trying to think of what other really funny moments. There's a lot of moments in the movie that just made me laugh really hard. Again, like I said, the action was great. It's just a dumb action movie. It was fun, and to me, it was worth it. The 3D, however, off the top of my head, I think I can think of 2 scenes that like were actually using the 3D. There's one scene where they have to go down to Brazil, which again, I won't spoil anything. They're in Brazil. Rocksteady and Bebop are driving a tank through the forest, and the turtles are there. And at one point, Rocksteady shoots the main cannon for the tank at the turtles, and they all kind of dodge out of the way, and you get a nice close-up of the tank shell coming out in slow motion, coming straight at you. That I thought was a quite good use of the 3D. Another time that they used 3D quite well, I thought, was the fight with Casey Jones, and hockey mask, hockey stick, and at this point he's using hockey pucks that he's slap-shotting at the enemies to attack them. And you get one scene where the puck just comes out straight at you. Other than that, really, I wouldn't spend the extra for the 3D, to be honest with you. I just did it because I go to the movies so rarely that I just figured, why not, and let's splurge a bit. But it wasn't worth it. I mean, I can count on my hands the number of 3D movies that were actually worth the 3D, and I mean, some of those aren't even fully 3D movies. Usually I find for 3D you get a better 3D effect if it's like an animated thing, which this, despite being very heavily CGI'd, is not an animated thing. And again, like maybe 2 scenes off the top of my head made good use of the 3D. Otherwise it was just, you wouldn't miss anything if you just went for the 2D. So again, like, just save the money and go see it in 2D if you have any interest. It's under 2 hours, but I mean, it's hard to tell with theaters. I think it was about an hour and 40 minutes. It's hard to tell with theaters because of all the ads and all the crap that they put on before. None of it felt like it was dragging. It didn't feel like I was there for way too long. It felt the appropriate length. I was kind of disappointed for you guys that will actually see it. There doesn't seem that we waited for all the credits and everything to finish. There's nothing after the credits, and really there should have been. I was kind of expecting, and what I thought for sure was going to be the after credits scene is Baxter Stockman getting turned into his mutated fly shape, because Baxter Stockman is in the movie as a just nerdy scientist. But at a point in the movie, it kind of gets hinted at that he's getting taken away for some experiments, and that's what I figured would be a great after credit scene to kind of, push you towards probably what's going to be the third one, because let's face it, there is probably going to be a third one. And I was really disappointed, but yeah, the credits roll and everything, and the lights came on, and there was just nothing afterwards, which I think is a big mistake on their part, which would have added that little something for us that grew up with the Turtles and that we're kind of expecting it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, great movie. If you have any interest, you like the first one, you like the original 3 movies, go see it. It's worth it. If not, at least wait and rent it somewhere when it comes out. I assume this won't be in theaters for that long. It'll probably end up on Netflix, and most of us have Netflix, so I mean, at least give it a chance there. If you still haven't seen the first movie, and you're only going by the reviews or popular opinion, I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. I think I saw it there. Give it a chance. It's not the best. Is it better than the original movies? To me, it's about the same. I've heard it both ways, that it's better than the original movies or that it's complete garbage. But I mean, you know, most people didn't think the original movies were that great. Keep it in mind, most of my generation would have been in their very early teens when the first movies came out, if not younger. So, but yeah, there you go. So that's my review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of Shadows. If you have any interest, it's a good movie. If you have no interest and you don't like the Ninja Turtles, it's not for you. It wasn't made for you. It's a great movie if you're a kid, though. Can't deny that one. And if you have any nostalgia, you were a kid when the original movies were out or the original cartoon was out, give it a chance. You'll probably enjoy it. So yeah, that's it. Have a good day.